Hi, and welcome back to the one and only One Way of Football podcast show. Yes, joined here today with our one and only, the guy that's on us usually every week, Edward Nash. How are we?
Very good, actually. Just been enjoying the results in the football lately.
Good, good. Yeah, it's been all right. To be fair, we got our first draw, of the season. It wasn't a loss, so it wasn't all bad. We'll get to some points of it throughout the show anyway. Before we start, this is in association with Coast FM radio in the Canary Islands as well on the south coast of England. So we are going to get into it and we're going to go through the key points that happened over the weekend. One of the key points at the start of the weekend, Nottingham Forest beating Liverpool. Wow. And that just goes to show as well that we've got them next week. And I know Liverpool have got a few. They've got a few injuries. They didn't put a full team out anyway. But at the end of the day, this is Nottingham Forest v Liverpool. On paper, you would think that Liverpool are winning this game, even if they do have only half a squad. But still, it's Liverpool.
Yeah, well, you said that about City, didn't you? When they played Man City, and look how that turned out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but like when you put Liverpool and City together, right? That's like Clash of the Titans. You expect that maybe to be a draw. You're going to expect a lot of goals in that game. But when you put Nottingham Forest, this is not me putting down Nottingham Forest because they've come a long way from the Championship. They've been like it's so many years since they've been up in the top flight, and they needed 3 points anyway. So you got to hand it to them. They put in a good performance against Liverpool. What I was hearing from Liverpool side of the version is that Nottingham were very, very strong at the back. So this is all we've got to take into account. I mean, drawing against Southampton as well, Arsenal. I'm going into this Nottingham Forest game, seeing that on paper, going, what's your thoughts on this?
Only player I'm concerned about on Forest side is Jesse Lingard because he loves a goal against us. But other than that, I think we can handle that game pretty well. It's at home as well, so
Yeah, yeah. Well,
it's usually when we go to the City ground that's when they turn us over.
yeah, and but we also I was reminding a Nottingham Forest fan yesterday that this isn't a cup game. Do you know, cup games are totally different to the league. The league's a lot harder, and the Premier League this season has shown every team that the Premier League is probably one of the hardest leagues in the world, if so, the hardest.
Absolutely.
What's wrong with Liverpool though? I just don't get it. Coming from last season to get into the Champions League final, I just,
I think it's because they sold Mane.
but for one player, you can't just put this all on the back of one player.
Look, if do you remember when we sold Henri to Barcelona? That's when this whole turmoil thing started for us. And Henri was our top goal scorer. He broke the records. There was that one trophy we unfortunately couldn't give him. And then since he's left and we joined the Emirates, then we've been in a we had that decline.
I kind of I understand that in a sense, but the team that Liverpool have got, and they have invested in a couple of good players with your Diaz's and your Nunez's, is just I just don't see why there is no connection there anymore. Is it really the curse of Klopp having 7 years drought at a club and then having to leave?
I think it's more of a bonding issue. Like when you get new teammates or your old ones leave, you get new ones in, and you have to form partnerships. Maybe they haven't got that yet. I mean, they've had since August. They've had it since August or July to do that, and it clearly hasn't worked yet. So I think Jurgen Klopp's going to have to mix it up a little. If he stays there by January, then he's probably going to have to spend a bit of money. Maybe a new partner for Van Dijk because I do rate John Matip, but I even think Kanate's good. However, I think you need a stronger partner for Van Dijk if you want to be chasing for that top four, and also maybe a new left winger because Darwin Nunes. Listen, I'm giving him his credit. He's not quite hitting the heights everyone was expecting him to. So maybe if you brought in like, say, I don't say bring in a Neymar, but bring like a Neymar sort of player to supply Bobby Firmino and Mo Salah, then I feel that could solve their problems and Jurgen Klopp can keep his job.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, in the January transfer window, they've got to invest now. I think if they're going to get any chance of getting up to that top four, and try and change it around somehow. Like we said, the World Cup's about to start in a few weeks' time, and we're going to see then after the World Cup finishes what players come back like. Liverpool could completely change their team around. I mean, looking at the performance of Liverpool players, are they even going to get a national team pick?
Well, Mo Salah definitely. I
Yeah,
mean, Mo Salah gets in at any team in the world, really. Um, Van Dijk, like that's definite. I definitely think Alisson is one as well. Um, Jordan Henderson, though, I'm a bit skeptical about because obviously we got Declan Rice, we got Calvin Phillips, but Calvin Phillips isn't even playing. So if we go to this World Cup, we're gonna have to go with Henderson or Rice for those midfield partnership. I do think that's a good partnership, but considering the way Henderson's been playing with Liverpool as of late, I think Man City need to consider giving Calvin Phillips game time so Calvin Phillips can get in with Declan Rice and make so defense for that back four or back three, wherever Gareth
yeah,
Southgate picked for the England team.
yeah. I mean, we still look at it now, and Liverpool are they're still, is it 11 points off of the top from us?
I believe so. Yes.
That's crazy. It's just crazy how they haven't actually moved from 11 points from us. All right, we've still been getting results as well, but you know, coming back off of a win off of Man City and then going to and then facing Forest and losing, it's like a roller coaster for them at the moment. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Um, I can't really, in my opinion, maybe they'll get Europa League. It might push it up to Europa League.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, the season's not over yet.
No.
We still got to go until May, so hopefully they can turn it around. And I'll be honest, but I still think Liverpool will finish second. I still think they'll be pushing.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Jurgen's got to change his tactics up a bit.
Wait, so you still think Liverpool are going to finish second?
Well, I reversed my league predictions as of when we beat them. Because obviously Liverpool still have that amazing team. It may not be as good as last season or a couple seasons ago, but it's still contender for the top four. Yeah, I still think City win the league. I still think Liverpool finish second. I think that's a fair assessment. And then also still third. Then fourth, fifth, and sixth, I've changed it to Spurs, Chelsea, and Manchester United.
Okay, then we'll get to Spurs in a minute. We're going to move on to Manchester City now because Haaland's still scoring 2 goals against Brighton, and this guy is absolutely on fire. I'm just going to check now. His season with 17 goals on his record so far now. Into this campaign. The only way we're going to stop this guy is if someone does just hack him out and he gets injured for say a few weeks.
Well, I mean, look, they play against Brighton, right? It's Brighton, so obviously he's going to score against them. So, but he's still got to go to. He's still got to come to us. He's still got to go to. He's still got to go. Have they gone to Tottenham yet? Liverpool? No, not Man City. Man City haven't played Liverpool yet, have they?
No.
They still go to Spurs with that. With Spurs, the amazing stadium they have and that atmosphere, and they still got to come to us, and he's still got to go to Stamford Bridge as well. So obviously, Brighton, you're expecting him to score against them. Let's just see how he could deal with us because he couldn't even score against Liverpool, despite the way they're playing right now.
Yeah. I mean, but the guy is just he is a bit of a machine. And we talk about like when Johnny's on the show, we do say, okay, he's a tapping merchant and that.
Well,
I'm starting to see it now. I mean, I would love him to be tapping in goals for us. Do you know what I mean? And for Arsenal, for an Arsenal fan to say that Jesus doesn't look the same as what he did at the start of his first 4 games, do you get where I'm coming from?
Look, this team, right? It's been pushing them and pushing them. Like, if you look at against Liverpool, and I was at the game last Thursday when we played PSV, I just look at it and think, God, they're tired. Like,
Yeah, we haven't got the depth like City have.
Like it's October, right? We've had 9 games this month. We've been traveling up and down and all across Europe just to play 9 games. So obviously these players are going to be absolutely knackered.
Yeah, I agree. But even with we're going to get to Arsenal in a minute. City, I just think it's just that unless they slip up against someone, we haven't got a chance. Not that we're the way we played against Southampton. City are just on form again, the way they're playing. Yeah, there's not really much you can talk about it. Pep still knows what he's doing. There's still life in the team. They've got the depth, like I said. So this isn't the end of an era for City. It's 100% not the end yet. Moving on to Chelsea versus Manchester United, and one of the key moments out of the whole game was Ronaldo.
He's been a naughty boy.
I seen on Sky Sports, of the Keane and the Neville debate, right? Everyone was talking about it, probably why they were talking about it more, why there was no talk about the Arsenal game on the decisions. We'll get to that, like I said. Yeah. But Ronaldo, come on. If you're a part of a team, be part of the team. You're not just one guy. You're not just that guy who's there to make a difference. He's got such a big head on his shoulders right now. He thinks he's better than that team.
Well, he's better than most of them, let's be fair.
Is he? Is he now?
Well, I mean, look,
because if you're talking about prime Ronaldo and Ronaldo now, they're totally two different people.
Yeah. Still, Ronaldo, I think he's going in January.
If he doesn't go in January, then I mean, look, like Neville said, next week.
Yeah, look, summer, right? He was begging that club to sell him, practically begging them, and they didn't. So I think he's using this like, look, either you sell me, or like, do you remember William Gallas when he was either he said he's going to start scoring own goals if Russell Chelsea didn't sell him. This is kind of the same energy I'm getting from him, from Ronaldo.
Yeah. But it's just to like what was it? The 85th minute he walked off and down the tunnel.
That was against Tottenham.
Yeah, they get the Tottenham game. Sorry, I'm on about. Because we didn't do a show last week, but
no,
looking at that as well, he just doesn't look himself. You've just got to admit that you're getting on now. You can, all right, you're still probably like you've got the physiology. Well, the look of a 25-year-old. But come on, man, you if your manager doesn't want you playing and you're sat on the bench, suck it in, cheer on your team, and deal with it. Don't just like start storming off the pitch and walking down the tunnel, or or sitting there in a grump, or
He's Ronaldo. He's got this massive ego problem.
That's what I said. His head's too big for his shoulders now. He thinks he's better than. There's a reason why, he wasn't at the Ballon d'Or. Come on. But we're all just speechless about it, because when Ronaldo came to United, everyone was going, "Oh, look, if they don't win the league, there's something wrong there." I wasn't saying that. I was thinking to myself, "Oh, he's actually coming to the end of his career, so I can't expect him to be that good anymore."
Yeah, this is definitely not the Real Madrid Ronaldo.
No, it's not. And even at Juventus, he didn't look the same. He wanted to leave, didn't he?
Yeah, but I think he's far more known as a Real Madrid player.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm not even saying he isn't. Yeah. But with Ronaldo, Ronaldo being that big stature at that club of where he was renowned and founded at,
Mm-hmm.
don't act like a little girl. That's all I'm saying. Because that's what he's doing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I
It
agree.
is. It is. On the Chelsea side, I'm thinking they might get top four. I think they might. I think they might push fourth this
Yeah,
season.
yeah, that's why I said I think they.
Yeah,
Well, actually, no, I put them fifth in my new predictions.
and Aubameyang as well. He's actually sitting. He's starting to fit into the squad now more. He's scored a couple of goals now, hasn't he? He's
Yeah,
looking
good
a
for
bit
him.
more comfortable.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Look, I know you. Listen, I know you've lost love for him, but I don't think I ever can.
Just some of the things that he's done, man, on social media, it's just wrong. He's another.
Also,
He is. He's acting like another Ronaldo, but just with Arsenal.
Do you not think he had a point about Arteta about the way Arteta looks at players? Like you saw it with the whole Mesut Ozil thing.
Yeah.
Uh, basically, I this is what I've noticed with Arteta. Like he's his whole thing is like he really can't manage like he goes like like say a Ferguson can or a Wenger can, because he's still a young manager as well. Not defending him, you read my articles during the whole Aubameyang situation back in January that
Yeah.
I was on Team Over. Uh, I don't feel like I feel like the situation could have been handled a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw it in the Amazon Prime documentary that Arteta isolated Oba from the squad to train with him to train by himself. Now I don't. Now really, for me, if I was a manager, like you're supposed to be pushing your players to do better, not if they just had a few poor run of games, you just isolate them from themselves and then just get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's me personally. Uh, and then Alba, he's taken that personally because I would too if I was playing, my manager's dropped me, but I didn't feel it was for a justified reason, then I would be upset. And yeah, I would have a little tantrum about it. Uh, and also, but he's doing well. Like we sold him to Barcelona. Well, we didn't sell him. He was that goal there. And he scored the goals. Now he's at Chelsea. He's doing a job, and I know you think he's gonna come back to the Emirates and celebrate against us if he scores, but I know, but I don't think he's got it in his heart to do that.
Of course he will. Of course he's gonna. Of course he's gonna celebrate. He's gonna do his little tumble thing, grab out his little Batgirl mask, and run around like a clown. That's what he's gonna do. Of course he's gonna do it. He'll probably do it in front of Arteta as well. Probably run over to Arteta and do a flip.
Would you blame him?
No, I can't blame him, but I mean, the guy's just like, for a fact, City playing Dortmund, Haaland scores. Haaland just goes, puts his hands up.
Yeah.
Every player should have a bit of respect for the former club that they was at.
Yeah, I mean,
even if they've had disagreements with the manager.
This wasn't a disagreement. This was a massive falling out.
Well, yeah, okay, a falling out then, but still, but I know he's going to celebrate. I just know he's going to have a massive smile on his face.
Well, I mean, look what happened when Alexis came to play us when he was at Man United. Like, he didn't celebrate then.
No, he didn't, no.
And he was at the club for a long time.
Yeah, but he didn't have a problem with the manager.
No, it was more the club, really, with him.
Yeah, and then he regretted it the next day when he went to training at Man United.
What I'm saying is, if you're managing your players, manage them to the best. Manage them like they're humans and not your little toys.
Yeah, I understand that as well, but also act like that just because you play football and it's a game, act like it's your proper job. Turn up for training when you're meant to, not ring up and say I'm taking a few more days on holiday.
I don't think that was how exactly went, but let's move on from there.
But it was. No, everyone's not like it was even in the documentary that he didn't turn up.
look, I'm doing my whole research thing. Uh, it was a tattoo appointment, I believe, and he missed his flight. That's all what happened.
Okay, then. So if I just an all par, okay, just quickly before we move on. If I'm meant to be in work at 4 o'clock, right? I don't rock up until the next day because I had a tattoo appointment. What do you think is going to happen?
Rock. Well, if you couldn't make it, then you couldn't make it.
No, no, I don't. That's not how. That's not how life works. If you're meant to be in work at a certain time, you show up for work, not because you got a tattoo appointment. If you're
In another
seriously
country.
ill, if you're
In another country,
yeah, but what was he doing in another country?
visiting his mother.
Visiting his mother.
What's wrong with that?
Well, no, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying that okay. So you plan your life out better, yeah.
Hmm?
So you go, all right, okay, go and visit my mother. Okay, I've got training this day, so I've got to make sure I'm in at training.
If you miss, well, he did miss his flight though, didn't he? It was either his flight. It was either his flight missed or his flight got cancelled. I don't remember. It was back in January.
Okay, yeah, because he flies economy, doesn't he? He flies with Ryanair.
Who the fuck likes Ryanair?
Right. Anyway, right. Moving on. Okay, because I'll get myself wound up by it. Southampton versus Arsenal, a tragic game for Arsenal fans because we didn't get the 3 points where other teams were dropping points through the weekend, but also some bad decisions by the ref. And I know a lot of people are going to be like slating me for this because you got your decisions with Liverpool and you got your decisions with Leeds. Do you know what I mean? Like so, but it wasn't just one bad decision. The whole game was bad.
Yeah, and that was just one player on Southampton's side. Like he's doing, like he's grabbing your throat, he's headbutting you, he's just getting slaps on the wrist.
Lyanko, is it? Lyanko, that tried headbutting Nketiah.
Yeah, and grabbing his throat as well.
Yeah, and grabbing his throat.
Listen, I don't.
So a couple of seasons ago, Shaka did exactly the same thing and grabbed someone's throat and got a red card and sent off.
No, that was Guendouzi.
Shaka done the same.
Yeah, justified.
But do you know what I mean? Like, so, but I know everyone's going to go, well, you had like your decisions go like, so, it's about time you got some bad decisions. But no, we haven't just had one season of bad decisions. We've had nearly 19 years of it. And I said, it's about time some decisions went our way. Do you know what I mean? But that, I mean, was just horrific. And also, who was inside the box? Was it Jesus was inside the box? One of the players hugged him round like that.
I don't think I saw that.
We hugged him round like that. And I was thinking, hang on a minute. Was it a couple of games ago? I can't remember who was playing now, but another player did exactly the same thing and pulled the guy to the ground with one arm, and it was a penalty. And this guy's got two arms around Jesus, and I'm like, where's the continuity of this? What's actually?
I'm feeling the rest of Southampton fan.
Possibly, but then where's the VAR then in all these decisions? It just doesn't make sense.
VAR is useless anyway.
Well, yeah, we all know that. Did you know as well? The Celtic game on Sunday or Saturday they played was the first time of using VAR in Scotland. There's a nice little fact for you. We actually didn't use the VAR before us or while we was using it. It's the first time using it. So it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out on Old Firm games, Celtic and Rangers and that. Because I know how the Scottish feel about it. But we dropped 2 points, crucial 2 points in my eyes. We're still 2 points ahead of City, but that's just one step little closer for City to pass us.
All right, yeah.
Well, I mean, what's your thoughts on it? Are you upset?
No, we're still top of the table. It's only it could have been a loss if it had gone even more Southampton's way, but it wasn't. So, and we're still top of the table right now. We've got a fairly easy game in Nottingham Forest next week at home. And
yeah, you say that now, fairly easy. I was saying that against Southampton.
Yeah, well, Southampton are the bogey team, aren't they?
Yeah, but we shouldn't be talking about them like that. Do you know what I mean? Because any team, like, I mean, look, Forest are 20th in the league, yeah, right? Southampton are 15th. So if we go and draw against Forest, does that mean that they're our bogey team as well?
They haven't played them in the Premier League for like, what was it, since 1999.
Hmm. But I mean, like, okay, so Man United, we lose against Man United. Is Man United our bogey team?
We always lose against Old Trafford, so
This is what I mean. So we can't keep saying, oh, they're our bogey teams and that. Like, we should be going into that looking at the table where we sat at the table. We should be going into that game and going, we go out and with that game with 3 points. There's no
yeah.
excuses.
We also got Europa League this Thursday, haven't we?
Yeah.
Right, so you're gonna have to rest some players for the Forest game. Like you're probably gonna have to rest Saka, you're probably gonna have to rest Jesus, you're probably gonna have to rest
Well, that's what we
Partey.
did. We did that last week.
Yeah, I was there.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
you still had Tomiyasu in the team. You still had Gabriel in the team.
Didn't have Jesus in the team.
Yeah, he did.
He came on, did he?
No, he was on the team. He came off for Nketiah.
All right, okay. But them games as well, PSV, you would go, okay, so we had Nketiah on, Jesus, Vieira, Saka, Shaka, Lokonga, Tierney, Gabriel Holding, Tomiyasu. So you got 4 players out anyway that he rested. For Southampton game. You know, I'm not having a dig at him. It's just I'm going, we got it wrong.
As I said earlier, we've had 9 games this October. We've been absolutely knackered. We've got the World Cup coming up as well.
Yeah, we haven't got the depth. Yeah.
Like so, we're gonna because we've been loaning players out as well.
And who have City got next?
I think it's No, it's not Newcastle.
Let's have a look. See, like, they got Leicester, so they're probably going to 3 points there, aren't they?
Yeah.
This is like, it doesn't really matter who City have got. To be fair, at the moment, they're just running away with it, aren't they? So it doesn't really matter. But Arsenal need to have a good comeback this weekend. We need.
Well, we've not been playing poor. I think we've been playing fairly decently.
Yeah.
You need to work on it a bit more.
But we can't afford to lose another 2 points. We really can't. If we're gonna like say, like everybody has been saying, that at the moment we're title contenders, we need to keep them points going.
Yeah. Well, Nottingham Forest, I still think that's an easy one.
Okay. The last game of the weekend, well, it isn't actually, because there is a game on tonight. Is West Ham versus Bournemouth. But the Newcastle took on Tottenham, or should I say Tottenham took on Newcastle, because Newcastle was away. And it just seems that Tottenham have kind of fallen back a bit now as well. I don't want to laugh too much, right? I don't want to laugh too much, even though deep inside I am kind of laughing a little bit. But I'm not ruling them out for the top 4, because they are still a good side. It's just, I don't know what it is, but Conte has this thing about just holding back all 10 players.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't think the power of Conteism can overthrow Spursism.
No. But I was saying to someone yesterday, I went, the standard of managers that Tottenham have had, okay, the standard of managers that Tottenham have had is phenomenal.
Well, most of them.
Well, most of them, I would say a fair majority of them are meant to have won trophies before.
Okay, listen, Redknapp, Poch, Conte, I'll give him that, but the rest of them, no way.
No, but you know, they've still, like I'm saying, in the last decade, they've had some good managers.
Would you call Tim Sherwood a good manager?
No, I wouldn't say Tim Sherwood, no. But I'm saying, like, Mourinho has won trophies. Conte has won trophies. Pochettino.
Mourinho's tactics don't work anymore in this modern era of football, and neither do Conte's.
What are you talking about in general modern football? Because he still won trophies at Roma.
I'm talking Premier League.
Oh,
Modern
okay, the
football.
Premier League, right? Okay, yeah, I understand. But what is wrong with Tottenham? I just don't. They just seem
They're
flat
Tottenham.
sometimes.
They're
They,
Tottenham.
they they invested in players, right? And I understand that. But is it the caliber they're looking for?
I think it's more of a squad thing. Like they've got too many players to get those players in. Like for me, Basuma should be starting over Hoiberg. I think, and because I think if they had Skip, Basuma, and Benteke, they would be better.
Because they spend
And if
money, but I'm saying Basuna isn't like a big star player name that you'd want to bring into a Tottenham side. What is it?
for well, I mean, I think Basuma would. Well, we were looking at Basuma, weren't we?
The Arsenal were looking at Basuma, but I'm saying, did we get off with the better
well,
signings?
we've got Thomas Partey, so
We got Thomas Partey, we got Sinchenko, we got Gabriel Jesus. But I'm saying when you look at Tottenham, if you pick out players from that squad, okay, the front three, yeah, the front three, the midfield defenders, I just think they're just not there anymore. This isn't me being hateful towards Tottenham. I'm just being realistic. I think that one incident as well, was it a foul on Lloris? I don't know if you've seen it.
I don't watch Tottenham games, so
Right, okay, so I can understand why. But so Lloris comes out of his box. He runs into a Newcastle player. A Newcastle player gets the ball and just whacks it straight over. They're talking about 25 yards out, maybe, straight into an open goal. Lloris shouts out that it was a foul on him because he ran straight into the player. Tottenham fans might say it was a foul. I don't know if it was a foul because obviously Lloris, when he ran into the player, then straight after he knew he made the mistake, so he just kind of flopped on the floor quickly.
yeah. Well, I got no time for Lloris, so
I love the conversations we have about Tottenham with you because you just don't want to say anything.
I don't rate Lloris. There's only two or three players I rate in the Tottenham squad, and that's Son, Skip, and starting to rate Romero right now. I did rate him last season, but I think he's having a good season this season. And there's also to a degree Harry Kane.
Okay. Yeah.
To a degree. It's not a full
Yeah,
because I can't stand Harry Kane. For understandable reasons.
Okay, very quickly because we have to end this very shortly. We're going to go through our predictions for the weekend, okay? Yeah. We're going to start off with Leicester City.
Okay. Who are they playing?
Oh, sorry. Leicester versus Manchester City.
Where is it?
It is at Leicester.
3-0 City win.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a 4-0 City. Newcastle United take on Aston Villa.
Oh, Aston Villa did put a good performance against Brentford, so I'm gonna go 2-2 this game.
2-2, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 1-0 Newcastle. Crystal Palace take on Southampton.
Palace lost, didn't they? Or did they win?
I can't remember.
Oh, well, either way, I'm going to go 1-0 Palace.
Yeah, I'm going to go for 1-0. I'm going to go 1-0.
All right.
Brighton take on Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea. I'm going to go, 2-1 Chelsea. Brentford take on Wolves.
Oh, 2-0 Brentford.
2-0 Brentford. I'm going to go 1-0 Wolves. I think they might bounce back on that one. Bournemouth take on Tottenham.
I think that will be a 4-1.
Be biased now. What's that?
I'll say a 4-1 Tottenham win.
Yeah, I think Tottenham are going to smash them. I think 3-0 Tottenham. Fulham take on Everton.
Goalless draw.
Yeah, 0-0. I'll go the same. Liverpool take on Leeds.
2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool. Arsenal take on Nottingham Forest.
I'm confident this game. I think Jesse Lingard will score, but I'd say we'll win 4-1 again.
I'm going to go just for a cheeky 1-0, 1-0 Arsenal.
All right.
Manchester United take on West Ham.
I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say 1-0 West Ham.
Oh right, okay. I'm gonna go 1-0 United. Yeah, I think they'll bounce back on that one. So that is all our predictions for the weekend. Hopefully, it's going to be a very exciting weekend with lots of goals. Thank you for joining us, Ed, on One Way Football once again. And we shall see you very, very shortly. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the video. It is down just below Ed. And also check out the radio station. You can find it on the app Coast FM. We should be airing on there very, very soon. Thank you, Ed, once again. And we should catch you next week. We'll get all the lads on next week. We'll have a good debate. Thanks, mate.
So long, pal.
One Way Football.